People facing a crisis are often able to adapt, and if you're down and out, then living in a shipping container might not seem so bad, particularly if it has some home comforts. Certainly people like Louise, who had to live in a hostel as an impoverished victim of domestic abuse, would have had no chance of affording anything much better.
It depends on who you are personally. I think living on the streets would probably be a bit more of a dent to the pride than actually living in a shipping container.
The man whose idea it was now plans to put dozens of shipping containers up in East London.
I'm so angry I can't even explain it, that in London, whereby we've got such enormous wealth, such opulence, and there's enough to go around. You know, if people shared, if there was justice and fairness, you wouldn't require anything like this. But if we don't do this, there's nothing.
Driven by low interest rates, an influx of wealthy foreigners and a lack of housing stock, house prices in London have seen 10% growth and a boom for the construction industry, keen to make the dreams come true for London's young model families. The problem in London's property market nowadays is that for many, many people the numbers simply don't work. Supposing this couple have a joint salary of, say, $80,000 a year, which is well above the average. Well, official figures say that the average price of a flat now in London is more than $600,000, and that means a bank would have to lend them maybe 8 or 9 times their joint salary to get a mortgage, and no bank in the country will do that. What it means is that if they don't already own a property in London, they'll never be able to afford one. This huge estate right in the centre of London was due to be knocked down more than a decade ago. Thousands of poor families were moved out while plans were hatched for it to be turned into affordable housing. But the local council couldn't make the sums work, and in the end they surrendered to the developers, who will turn it into yet more million-dollar apartments. What would your best guess be as to how much an apartment in this complex is going to go for when it's done?
I don't know the figures. A lot of them already been sold off plan, but I mean they are millions. They are expensive apartments. I mean, we're 1 mile.
Millions of pounds?
Yeah, they're millions of pounds each. We're 1 mile here from the Houses of Parliament. This is inner London, and this is a graveyard for social housing, really.
Of course, if you already own a property in London, it'll most likely mean you can pay for your own old age and probably leave something behind. But overwhelmingly, the young and the less well off are being failed by the market and will never own a property to fund their pension or healthcare when they get old. This housing bubble will have consequences for children yet to be born. Laurence, Al Jazeera, London.